Today we're going to be taking a look at the EX Sagittarius Myth Cloth Aiolos. It comes in the usual EX box. Pretty big. Very nice though. When you take off the sleeve, you get a box that's designed like the Pandora boxes from the series, where the saints would hold their armor. And this one has the constellation or the sign of the Sagittarius, the little baby Sagittarius with his little bow and arrow, as it appears in the TV series. Other than that, the design is pretty much the same as it was for the other boxes, except for the logo on the front. So here we have the EX Saint Cloth Myth Sagittarius object mode. As you can see, it looks freaking beautiful. All around, a really nice job by Bandai. And this is one of those armors that people remember in the object mode. I mean, can people really remember what Ophiuchus Shina's armor looks like when it's in object mode? Probably not. But Sagittarius, his armor was so iconic in the series because of the fact that it shows up in object mode about as much as it does as in armor for the Saints, because of the fact that the character that wears this originally, Aiolos, is actually dead at the beginning of the series because he basically risks his life to save Athena, and then he entrusts this armor to Mr. Keto along with Athena for safekeeping. So that's why you see this armor in this version, and also in the bigger, blockier, dumb-looking fake version, is because throughout the series the cloth doesn't actually have somebody to wear it, and then later on Seiya kind of inherits it. Like I said though, this is a beautiful cloth. The only real complaint I would have to say about this is that since it does sit on 3 legs, sometimes it doesn't stand so well, but not a major issue. If you can find a way to get a good footing with the other 3 feet. So here we have Aiolos wearing the Sagittarius cloth. Looks freaking great, but is it perfect? Not really. There are a couple issues with the cloth. First of all, if you can see up there, his helmet, or headgear I should say, is silver. Although it is lighter in the TV series, it's the lighter gold, not necessarily the silver that Bandai decided to go with here. Also, while the wings are beautiful, I mean, they're a lot like they were in the appendix. They look like bird wings, which is not how they look in the TV series. In the TV series, they were more metallic rather than these, which again, I mean, take a look at them. They are freaking great. Beautiful looking, very dramatic, but for those that are purists, going back to the TV series, not exactly the way they look, but other than that, not too bad. No other real concerns besides those two when it comes to anime accuracy. But all around, a great cloth. So here we have the EX Sagittarius cloth with its extra head. It's Seiya, for when Seiya gets to don the Sagittarius cloth, and it's something that happens fairly often in the series later on, and also in the movies. It's actually kind of cliche in some of the movies where Seiya finishes off the main villain of the movie by using the golden arrow of Sagittarius, but since he is kind of the person to inherit the armor, that's why Bandai included the extra head. Now, like the other EX releases, Sagittarius also comes with a cape. Really cool 3-piece cape. But for once, I feel it's kind of lost on this character, because as far as I can remember, he never wore it, so probably not going to put it on him. And so here we have the EX Sagittarius doing a dramatic kneeling pose, showcasing the awesome articulation of the EX line. which has about 30 articulation points. As you can see, even with the wings and everything, he managed to kneel pretty well. Besides all the articulation this figure has, Bandai has also re-engineered the armor a little bit to make it so that you can pull off all these different poses. The end result is what you see, a figure that can kneel even with all the armor on. Looks good and poses good, so that's one of the selling points of this line, and the Sagittarius is no slacker in this department of articulation. So another issue that I had with the figure itself is the fact that diecast has kind of been replaced by some plastic. The lower piece of the leg armor is plastic, only the top half is actually diecast. And there's also, more plastic than I would like in this figure, like the little shingles in the skirt, and obviously the wings are plastic, and the headpiece, and also the little shoulder covers that go underneath the shoulder pads. So a little bit more plastic than I would have liked for this figure. But other than that, pretty good figure. I like the tall, lanky look of it a little bit more than the old figure, which is a little bit more stout. And this looks a lot better. The armor fits a lot better. It looks a lot more sleek. The headpiece fits better than it does on the other figure, even with the appendix. It's just a little bit more flush against the hair, and it looks like it fits like it naturally would on a person. So all around, a pretty good figure. For my full review, check out CollectionDX.com. Thank you guys for joining me.